We're out and about. I love being out and about because you get to see like all of the beautiful energy that people just have Sunday. And everybody's out and everybody's getting their like lawn chairs and where you can sit and connect. You just sit and connect. So as I was just doing a meditation with the Galactic Federations and just chilling, doing some chill vibes, doing some chill, just whatever happens, happens, man. It's kind of a Sunday thing. And it got just not even thinking that you have to, just allowing change to occur. You don't have to focus on changing. You don't have to evolving because you simply are. Anytime you feel yourself getting stuck into a pattern, into a karmic cycle is just any pattern you've always had before and you've acted on before. And just allowing it to present itself and just casually say, I accept this. It's been a part of my path. Now I choose to be and do and behave and act and live and entrain myself in new ways. The biggest thing that we're going to see over the next little while is seeing the patterns that we have all created, that we've all been a part of, that we've all somehow put our energies into because of the human fear, which is stenched within the separation, who we are with spirit. So in every moment, that is our vibrational essence of who we are, reunifying ourselves with God, with Source, and you get to rewrite what God means to you. And this will, in and of itself, essentially rewrite the entire of all humanity, because a lot of our social systems and why most feel lost, because there's so many of our social systems right now that are going against each other because we know that there's corruption. The people are now awakening to much of the corruption and the steeped programs and agendas that are within all the systems that we've helped create, because we had that internal fear, even though we didn't know consciously that we were aware that we were presenting these fears of being controlled and enslaved, and haves and have-nots even be a thing. And it's created this like micro mini society, if you will, because now that people are awakening, they're choosing for themselves to be self-sovereign, to be self-independent within themselves as a heaven, which is what we inspire, we ignite always. Never follow anybody. You are the heaven of who you are. You are the God of who you are. You are the leader of who you are. And it's those choices that help empower you, that anything that's happening outside of you is there for you to kind of bring within you and say, how can I work with this today? Do I want to work with this today? What part of this did I help create? What part of this can I let go of? And allow yourself a new story of evolving. And it's really the easy and simple flow of whatever is before you. And you can do that by going out to wherever you live and just seeing where the people gather and just watch them. Set the intention to watch how they connect. And then fuse the intention, connect more with those. I was out this morning with a friend for coffee, and she had mentioned to me that she's seen me out and we met at a couple of places. And she had mentioned that regardless of where I go, I end up seeing somebody that I know or I've helped in the various consultation jobs that I've done. And so, and I said, well, my role really is just to remind people about the connection of who we are within one another, and that thread that we all have with one another. That's ultimately the seed of what will save humanity as an evolving species. And not to buy into any of the outer programs that are now busting upon itself, because they're all kind of competing within themselves. You know, bigger, important, wealthy, healthy, elite people that are, making up companies and feeding them to each other and laundering the money back and forth to each other. To have this false sense of competition, and making it look to the public as if they're doing all these altruistic experiences when really just feeding the pockets and the interests of themselves. Really allow yourselves to see what the connection is and how you can be a part of re-infusing, because remember, you are God's spark. You're the infusion of light. The environment is not you. You're the infusion of that. And so having that great sense of self, having that great sense of connection within yourself, that partnership that we've been talking about for quite some time, to reignite the partnership with who you are with Gaia, the partnership with energy, partnership with who you are with the celestials. They're my constant contact. When I'm sleeping, we're connecting. We're in dream time. We're on ships. We're traveling. We're helping, other sectors of space. I know my connection 24/7 with the spirit, with Source. That is my undying connection to God. That is my jurisdiction of the heavens. And I'm here on planet Earth to infuse and ignite new energies and new becomings and new experiences. You can name hundreds of them. There's literally hundreds of them. And everybody that has any amount of money, anybody that has any amount of name power, anybody that you can bring up, if you look at the backgrounds and what they're involved with, you'll find fewer that are truly noble in the integrity that they stand in and what they stand for. Most often than not, they do have things that are represented behind the scenes, companies, whether it's Clinton, whether it's Gates, whether it's Musk, it doesn't matter what these names are. Those are the big money dealers and builders that have their own unique private agendas. And we have to really start asking and wondering to ourselves, is that the agendas that we're going to be buying into, and where do you fit within it all? Really seek those questions and those ponderings, because you're that part that will be the infusion to create a new sense of connection. Humanity's connection to itself, humanity's connection to our humanness, humanity's connection to understanding right and wrong. How do you feel about cloning? How do you feel about AI? Not to buy into it as a conspiracy theory at all, and don't go down the rabbit hole on any of it, because you're going to be fed what you want to be fed. But when you do have those triggers that come up with equal responsibility and accountability, you have those ones that are doing, constructive, positive, goodwill journalism. They're asking the questions, they're doing the research, they're doing the paperwork that it takes to get the real answers. And it's not going to be comfortable what will unfold for humanity, but that will take you right back within, which is what every aspect of awakening. Hello, beautiful Angela. My beautiful star sister. I always love it when you come on board, because there's always your alien communities that always come on with you. So I'm sending you great love and light. This will be a galactic and a celestial experience, but they're wanting us to, I wanted to take this from a different perspective, because we can sometimes get rooted in what a human sees as a human. So I want to take it a bit higher, because this was kind of transformative for me this morning. If you see yourself as, and they were showing me that the reason why that I felt the way that I felt, they showed me as this beautiful, kind of like this, kind of like this. Kind of like this light ship, this mothership that drops beautiful star seeds down onto the planet. This is how I thought about it when I was really young. I actually wrote this story. I wrote this story, one of my first stories that I had. My uncle, who was he was taking early childhood thesis, and he was writing his thesis on early childhood development, and he did a paper on me, because he came out to study with me for about, I don't know, 2 weeks or something, and I wrote a paper, a story about my experience, just a regular creator. He had me write just to see my perspective, my thoughts and my wonderings. And I laugh to this day, because I had portended at 7, where I had made this beautiful, creative, abstract story, vibrational stream to beings, to continue the sacred soul seed of spirit of God. And why there's so many of those juxtapositions of those domineering, controlling, Anunnaki, Illuminati experiences, where they want to dominate and control. Those energies are so very staunched, and we needed that star seed energy to reboost the human experience, so that we don't fall into de-evolution of being controlled and having chips in our brains, and all of those fall into de-evolution of being controlled and having chips in our brains, and all of those degrading, defiling human experiences. Anything that we do to our bodies, anything that we do to our brains and our essences, it affects who we are with source. So just know that. If you do any cosmetic, any alterations on your body that is not, life-saving, if you will, it does become a soul wound, and it means that you've disconnected with that part of your perfection that is God. So just know that. The teams had shown me this like a couple of summers ago, and they were suggesting, oh, what if you do like cosmic surgery and stuff like that? I said, I would never do cosmetic surgery. It's not something that I believe in. It's not something I would look for, because you have the concentration and the constitution for you to change your own body however you can, and I choose to practice that. And it's about that excitement to practice that I'm absolutely in control. No matter what comes forward, I will do my best, right? To work with these new godly skills and godly gifts. But those are the essences of spirit. Those are the essences of the soul that you can't copy, can't be mimicked, can't be put in a package and then sold. And there are the societies that are from other universes that we see them on our planet. They've also been showing me these, because I'll have to do a separate video, and I'll probably do this video in private class. There are those on the planet that have been so mentally brainwashed into superficiality, only seeing what is on the outside, never really knowing the essence of spirit within them, because they've been dogmatized, you know, learning from books, and they've actually taken the essence of their source right out of them, brainwashed it right out of them. And so that connection is so important, and why anything that you do to your body, anything that you do to your mind in any way, affects your communication and your connection with source. It absolutely does. And I've even had teams tell me that certain types of there are certain things that you do to your body that your spirit guides won't support you in, and they'll back off on the support and the protection of you, because there's a lot of things that get transferred in and out of operations and things like that. That's a whole other thing. But this is why we're seeing what we're seeing on our collective, and there's going to be so much come up in the next 6 months that we really have to not necessarily brace yourself for, but really assure yourself of where you're. In what your connection is with you. When you have a really strong connection with you, you work on that partnership with you, regardless of how people think you might be lonely or kind of an outcast or whatever. Allow them to think that, because they're the ones, as they said to me this morning, when you really think about who are the lost ones, they might think that you're lost because you're not fitting in with conformity, but you're the actually only one that's actually in alignment with higher vibrational leadership. Because everybody has got themselves so into this matrix of conformity, following whatever you read is true, and all of those things, that we've stopped questioning. It's a lot better now. Everybody's starting to awaken, because there has been corruption found in the leaders and the leaderships and the things that they think they stand for and the people that they've been dealing with. And the things that happen on Maui, the things that are happening in the governments, and all of those things, there's sense of corruption everywhere. And as they're being brought forward, looking into the background and the people that are funding and the people that are creating these false altruistic companies that are not altruistic whatsoever, but they're private agendas for, regardless of whatever motive they have, to control and herd various aspects of humanity, to have them numb, dumb, and silence, which is what I've been saying for about 6 months. I had to go through my experience, because however many people said, no, that's not true, no, that's not true, regardless of, the people that's, oh, no, they're a community person and do this and that. Well, it doesn't mean anything. There's people in politics, people on TV, and all of these things that people, promote themselves as being almighty and righteous, and they're certainly not. They have agendas, and there's money's going everywhere for things to make them look altruistic and leadership-like, but truly, what do they know anything about consciousness and their connection with God? Because they did have a good connection and a solid partnership with who they are within as their higher self would never ever direct them. If there was that what part do I play in this transaction, as we've always taught, if those that are standing on the most elite, and I would absolutely love if I would get together with any president, any person on the board of directors of anything, you're sitting in front of any major decision you make, if you're in charge in leadership of the people, and you ask, what part of transaction am I meant to play here? And if you're not returning to your higher self and you're just making that agenda decision, you're not in the highest and the best of the people. But because it's ruled on a system, that decision is really controlled, because they say, well, what about the legal rights, human rights, and all that? Because it doesn't matter anyways, because they're all corrupt. So what is the point on having all of these judicial rules of human rights and this and all of that when it's all corrupt? Just look at what happened with me. My human rights didn't mean anything. Nothing. So what's the point? No, we're going to be governing now. This is going to be a decision. I'm going right to the heavens, because the earthly systems are absolutely corrupt. They've got people paying everybody this, and this. So if we do that, if we return to the jurisdiction of who we are with spirit, our higher selves in the heavens, then the earthly systems change directly, because we're not going to be worrying and giving our power over to things that are corrupt anyways. See what we're saying? So we're building these new 5D systems. We're not going to be following systems that are corrupt and everybody's being paid off and hands into the table, and the true righteous ones never ever get their voices heard. And that's the reason. There's a reason why. There's a reason why people like me that teach how to reclaim your sovereignty, how to reclaim your choice, how to reclaim your health, how to reclaim the fact that you don't need big pharma. There's reasons why people like me are not being heard. Because part of what I can heal all issues in humanity. So of course they're going to shadow ban and censor me. They're not. It's not going to continue though, because we'll see everybody in court. And we'll move through the human systems in whatever way we need to, because the jurisdiction is still under the heavens. Who runs the jurisdictions of all human experiences? That will be rewritten, because the higher light is piercing everything that is a human system. The jurisdiction of the heavens. The jurisdiction of the heavens run everything because it's a grand plan of evolution. And we have been de-evolving because we've given our power to such people that have worked on and they have prayed for and they have ached on and they have made bets that we're going to stay disconnected. So the most important thing that we can bring forward in every one of our episodes and every one of our series and our connection agenda to set you into a herding program where you're going to eventually out. So watch out. So watch some of those videos that I have on my channel. They're not conspiracy theories. These videos come from that one specific journalist that really does the hard work and she holds out the papers and the signatures and who's behind what. And she's not paid by any private company of any of those people. And so assure yourself that there are agendas and there are motives. You don't have to play a part of it to know, to be aware, so that when you're faced with something that you have to make a decision on. And as I said, I came from a smaller community and it was being done in my community. So don't think that it's just in Washington or it's just in Hollywood. These things happen everywhere, of course, because now there's more and more people like Keanu Reeves, all these beautiful stars that chose to stay apart from that. They're now speaking on the similar cult-like experiences that were in Hollywood to kind of claim you as a tool and a toy. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me, darling? Connect with who you are within. Make a decision on anything before you put anything in your body, before you buy into any program, before you take on whatever is being presented to you. There are agendas and the false ideologies, like the overpopulation. That's crap. Gaia knows exactly what's being born and birthed on her planet. She's a conscious being. She knows exactly how to keep her oceans clean. She needs us to be as her equal partners in connection. Connection is so important, and we have been disconnected from spirit because it's been so superficially outer focused. You got to look like this, you got to be that, you got to be, and if you don't look like that, then people have these operations, and then they start truly damaging their soul and their spirit because they think they have to be and look like something to be accepted, which is hogwash. Who states that? Just because somebody was a stripper and now they're like on YouTube and have a few things to say, or they make a record, so does that say who the richness of a soul is? And then the entertainment companies dress her in like underwear and pokey outy pit bras. That's her genius. How women have been portrayed has been sexual pornography toys. And how dare we come forward with profound information and wisdoms and leaderships. And when you do come out as a divine feminine with wisdom, you have 10 times, if not 100 times, more hurdles and bullshit to go through than the average white man. There's so much that's breaking. And we have to celebrate that. Like, celebrate the connection that you have so strongly within yourself. The connection you have with Source, the connection you have with your higher self, is by far the most important relationship. Because it will see you through all of the rhetoric and all of the falsities. And anybody that thinks they're important standing before you because they've got $1 billion in their account, or 100 million, or $1 million, whatever they rate themselves as important, it doesn't mean everything and anything at all. They think it does, and then they have these private little studies that say they're going to do altruistic things, but you have no idea what those vaccines consist of. They say they're doing something altruistic with them, but are they really? Do you really know that? Most people don't. Most people don't look into anything that is being put into their bodies. They don't. They don't know who's behind it. They don't know who's paying for it. So watch a couple of videos so that you're just aware. You don't have to go down a rabbit hole, but just be aware. And especially if you're coming up with your own health concerns. If you're coming up with your own health concerns, you're coming up with those health concerns because you want to take greater command with who you are. Don't allow any outer person and any outer faculty or any outer counsel to give you, a diagnosis that you haven't within with your higher self and established first. Whether it's a genetic, whether it's a lineage, whether it's your own, social hiccup right now, because especially going through Ascension, when we're going through the biggest shifts that we are, absolutely bet that for the next couple of years, your body's going to be purging a lot of stuff that wasn't necessarily needed there, but it has to transmute the energy somehow. If you're not doing energy work, sometimes those will come in temporary illnesses and temporary, kind of experiences. So let that be okay. Especially for divine feminine, because we're resetting now entire divine feminine energy on the planet. So divine feminine's bodies are going to go through huge change. Women that never had their period are going to start having their period, because we need to increase the beautiful divine feminine energy on our planet for the nurturance and the seeding of a fifth dimensional higher intuitive experience, so that we can bring these higher intuitive wisdoms, nurturance, sustainment, maintenance for the higher vibrational children, for the higher vibrational planetary needs. As I said, Gaia is gonna manifest and nurture and sustain everybody, but we also have to be the equal partnership, just as God is, just as Source is. Are we going to be equal with her as she gives to us? So we have to have that equal, remember that infinity. Are we giving equally to thy higher self? That partnership as above, so below, that partnership as within, so without, and also who are you within all of that? So, on Sundays, make the Sundays your connection day, and then focus and pull that through on every other day of the week. Have little goals for yourself. I'm going to connect with animals this week. I'm going to have the vibration of gratitude and appreciation with the water this week. And allow your energy for all that you're creating for yourself to be a part of your culmination of creating a better earth. Because it really is the pull, as we said, your vortex. Your vortex is emanating every moment. So whether you know it or not, you're emanating your subconscious fears, you're emanating your higher conscious knowing, because when it becomes subconscious to the conscious level, you can then know it, choose it, bring it in, and call it something new. So once it comes up from the subconscious and you accept it and you realize it and you acknowledge it, then it becomes a higher vibrational knowing. That's living consciously. So once you're facing something that is a trigger, it's a fear, you say, okay, well, let's move on with that. There's going to be so much that's going to be unfolding about so many false agendas for what the intentions were for humanity by many famous people that were involved, many rich, very rich people that were involved, many people that had built some of our systems that were involved. And then we have to ask, okay, what are our systems really taking and pulling from us? How much information do they really have on us? And where is that information going, and how are they using it? So there's a lot of discrimination, a lot of privacy issues, and a lot of lack of integrity on all levels. And so allowing yourself to go within and creating those vortexes of knowing yourself, nourishing that part, acting, you value that experience. As I said this morning, my girlfriend was saying that wherever we go, you seem to have a connection with somebody, and somebody just says, oh, hey, how are you? When we come over and we have that reconnection thread. That is the emanation of you connecting your community, you connecting with the land. Go out to a beach or a park and pick up the garbage and show that you're connecting with Gaia. You have that relationship. You care about that relationship. Just as we said the other day, offering that, someone in your family, you want to wash their feet to say, I'm connected with you. It's a reverberating experience that you're showing to the universe, and it comes back to you in many ways. That connection feeds greater connection. There's going to be a wave of silent, it's called a silent revolution, if you will. And that silent revolution is really, what is that thing that's deep within the center of your heart that just makes you feel so at peace and still and calm? And it doesn't matter what's going on outside. There could be the biggest downfall in the government because we've just found out that something truly corrupt was happening, and there's just a whole shakeup with governments. Also, you're calling that in and say, what's going to really make me feel okay about this? You're not going to worry about your jobs. You're not going to worry about money. You're not going to worry about what that means for you. You're just going to go within. Take a deep breath. Feel yourself grounding. Ground with Gaia. That's a partnership with Gaia that will never, ever go away. Whether you're on another planet, whether you're on another system, whether you die and leave, you will always, 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 within the crystalline grids, within the Akash, you will always have your remembrances here with Gaia. She will always remember you. Always. She remembers every one of your lifetimes. She will pull you to places that you've been before. She will pull you to places you don't remember. She will pull you to places that you've had a lifetime on your very first lifetimes, and she will pull you there and she will remind you. That's how powerful Gaia is as a mother to us. She never forgets us. Billions of people on this planet, she never forgets a soul that works with her in partnership. Never. She never forgets a soul, even if they don't work with her, because everybody has a returning soul. They want to come back and say, hey, I want to do this again. I was totally ignorant to that experience. I wanted to play a selfish timeline. I wanted to play a selfish role, but now I get to be a part of conscious creation and conscious connections. And so reconnect with her in that way and give yourself little goals throughout the week. I want to go and meet a girlfriend for coffee, and I'm going to seek someone else that I can connect with. Seek out that connecting vibration. That's the silent revolution that's happening right now, that's absolutely lifting every bit of corruption that is and will be seen. Because that connection that I've brought forward and I've grounded and I've seeded and I've amplified is the intention for humanity to lift itself back to itself. You don't need anything. You don't need any structure outside of you. You don't need any person telling you what to believe in and how to believe. They don't tell you how to go and where to go. They don't tell you how to look and what to look for. They don't promote to get boob jobs. They don't promote you to change your looks. They don't promote you to be less than. All of those things are just superficial. They're just superficial. It's like feeding fish food. All of those things that you see in your reality are feeding fish food to see if you're going to take the bait. So don't take the bait. You're perfect. Reconnection of you with you, your perfection. You are made in the perfection of God, of spirit, of source. You have a soul because every part of your body, the body of you itself, has been made and designed. You don't know this yet. You have been made and you have been designed as an aspect and the nutrients and the elements of all of your celestial experiences and bodies. I love it when I watch people because I watch, and all of a sudden their alien and DNA starts talking to me. That's what conduits do. We read energy. And I can see what their timelines and their galactic and celestial, that conduit, remember that telephone board I told you about, the cord my grandmother used to do back in the 50s, used to put the cords in to connect. That's all you're doing is just giving permission. So when you make that connection with spirit as spirit, you can speak with all beings. You can speak with the auras, the energies they come with. You can speak with the energies their DNA is just emulating. And so I've come forward, as I said earlier, they showed me, Ashtar showed me, that the light ships and the light systems, they drop all these beautiful star seeds to planet Earth. That's a top-down look. And the mothership drops all these beautiful star seeds down on planet Earth. And why so many times, and based on the genetics that you have, you'll always feel as if you're missing home. And it doesn't matter where you go to on the planet, you always feel like you're not home. That's how being a starseed and not really from here feels like. It doesn't matter where you go, it doesn't matter how long you stay. You'll have a good time for the first couple of days, but then you miss home, but you don't know really where that home is. And that's a constant 24/7. Because the energy of the connection here is not like the connection you have on your home planet. And that's the biggest thing that starseeds to empower and inspire. Because we see the systems that are absolutely backwards. In all of the human systems, there's a bunch of noise. In all of human systems, it's backwards. They get you focused outer so that you're missing who you are. They get you to feed on the fish bait because they want that to be a distraction of what's really going on. They don't want you to think, they don't want you to be in your power of your consciousness that you can heal your body. They want you to keep paying big pharma companies that are really struggling right now because, people are choosing your natural, higher vibrational ways to heal. And so we should, never agree to, just take on medicines and things that you can absolutely find other ways. So there's so many agendas, but they're counting on you taking the bait for staying disconnected. You don't have to worry about what any of the governments are doing because they're going to be flushed out. The ones that are the most corrupt and have the underlying agendas. And there's different countries that do different things on the agendas to kind of herd humanity into certain sects. The sect is, they're never going to ask questions and they're going to believe and feed everything that we send them. The sect that are kind of there but still put up a fight. The part of humanity that is absolutely on the fringe and they don't care and they're not going to listen to any governments anyways because they're living on their own. They're living on their own belief and their own connection. So those are the arenas that they want to move you to, and they'll infuse different things, alcohol and types of drugs and free cannabis and all those kind of things. There's nothing wrong with cannabis. It's absolutely a part of our metaphysical tools. Neither is wine. But not to use it in excess, not to use it outside of ceremony and ritual. That is for the benevolence. Rituals they can sacrifice are different types of rituals, and they're again on that other extreme of taking and doing the darkness of the energy. So there's always extremes. So you have to look at the infinity on everything that you see before you. Is it taking and giving and returning power to the people? Or is it actually just siphoning, sucking, and hoping that you'll remain numb, dumb, and silent? You have to discern where you're going to be on anything that comes before you. That is your returning of the connection within. Reclaim your voice. And those of us that are star seeds to inspire higher vibrational thought, higher vibrational programs, higher vibrational healing, higher vibrational self-sovereignty, self-governing, we're preparing ourselves for the galactic federations and the healing systems that will be brought to us because we're not going to be Starseeds are not healed by practices big pharma. We're just not. We won't be. My DNA won't be healed by that shit. It's very, very harmful to crystalline children. And they know that. Connection with your higher self. You know what is before you. What is my part in this transaction? And if you have that download and you're constantly following that inner connection, no outside of you will sway you and thwart you, regardless of who's standing before you, that wants you to believe in their story, that wants you to believe in their agenda, that wants you to believe in their motive. So we are returning ourselves back to ourselves and living as the soul that we've always been meant to live. And there'll be many people like myself that'll be empowering you. Because as a starseed, I can look from an outer perspective and see how backwards things are and how easily it is to fix and change and heal. I've had many lifetimes, obviously, of Earth. I've been human many, many times. My DNA is special this time around because it's returning back to much of my royal roots and my royal lineage, because we're meant to spark the divine Christ again. The divine Christ has nothing to do with religion. The divine Christ is who we are as Metatronic God, living more in crystalline light. More crystalline light that sparks a higher vibrational evolutionary series, because there's going to be many branching off. There'll be the vibrating series where they've closed themselves off and they're going to be in whatever they want to explore as far as, you know, AI and cloning and all that kind of stuff, which is a very low vibrational experience because they've given their power of essence away. So they've given their bodies permission, they've given their spirit and their soul permission to be a part of those agendas. And that's a low vibrational experience because you're giving your power away, and that's your free will. Your free will is your gift of God, from God, for God, for evolutionary expansion, exploration, expression, and experience, for ease. So you will always know that you're going to be empowered and inspired and tune into the vibration that's being offered before you. Is it being copied and mimicked? Is someone just standing up saying they're a light worker and they're just copying and mimicking and saying the same things that a true light worker, a true prophet says? Or are they absolutely offering you with great joy and great excitement because you'll feel it in their vibration? You'll see in their body as being healthy. You'll see in their heart vibration. You'll feel the core of them light up. They'll offer light codes. You'll feel the experience before the fields will be adjusted. You'll feel the goosebumps all over you because Spirit's working with you and for them and with them. So really discern the multidimensional experiences you're having, those that say they are of light and they're pushing agendas, but their true agenda is just to feed off your numbers and to feed off your energy. Because there's those that recruit light workers, there's those that recruit those that are in the know. And so you just have to discern what's before you and kind of where your connection is. Sometimes you have a connection because you have to clear something from another timeline. So just know that too. It's okay. There's no judgment. But you returning to you right away, and again, you realign to who feels good for you, and then reconnect with your higher self and move in your unique way. Because normally, if you're the only one on the outside and you feel as if the outcast, you're doing something right. So just celebrate that. Be celebratory in being the freak on the outside. You know, celebrate that. You don't want to be on the in crowd where all they do is think about superficial stuff and gossip and placate to the harms of everybody and laugh about them because they want to feel like they're better than other people, and there's no connection at all. It's just who can be the bigger bully and make people feel bad so that they can come and think they're going to join your party of bullying. And those are the vibrations that you know get brainwashed really easy because they're not using their own mind and they're not feeling connected with their heart space. Let's go back to that operation thing. When you're in alignment with who you are, you're going to find yourself in greater health and wellness. There's no judgment about body modifications. If you have modifications and that's your soul journey and you've done your research and that's what you feel you want and you need to feel good and loved about yourself, if it's for health reasons and it will improve your health, it will improve your connection back with you and source, then that's your connection that you have to make with spirit. The operations that are made just to kind of look better, the operations that are done to kind of feel like you fit in and feel like you want to look a certain way, and talks and all of those things, there are those types of behaviors where you're going to lose support from your spiritual team. Because the lesson that we have here, regardless of somebody walking with a disability, somebody with a mental disorder, somebody with functioning autism, we're meant to stop defining who we are and separating who we are and giving ourselves words and titles and placing us in boxes. And we're meant to love the journey within who you are and what you're given. When we move into a 5D space, you'll be able to manifest whatever body you want from thought. That's pretty awesome, right? But until then, the name of the gang is connection. Can you be absolutely unconditional loving for you? Can you love the little scars and the little dimples that you have when you walk? Can you love all the parts of you? Say, yeah, I can love it. Yeah. So every time you look in the mirror, I love who I am. I wouldn't change anything for a minute. I wouldn't change anything for a minute. Every battle wound on me shows me the story of who I am. You know, spirit is love. Spirit is showing me every minute. I can help modify your body to help you be smoother. And if you're asking for something as a modification, why are you asking it? Is it because you want to move freely? Is it because you want to change what you are to look better about who you are? Can you see yourself looking perfect and beautiful right now? So I challenge all of you, every time you look into the mirror, I look beautiful. I look beautiful. You're sending that loving, beautiful connection. Everything is about connection. If you're sending not connecting with your body to your body will start to reject you because you're rejecting your body. So send out those connection love. I connect with my body. I love my body. I wouldn't want to change my body for anything. And I keep it healthy. I move and I do my calisthenics and I work with my body every night and I think about my body throughout the day. Those are constant connection thoughts. The more you think and connect with you, the more vibrational you will be. Make no mistake about that. So give yourself loving little tips throughout the day. When you find your thoughts going outer, return within and go back within. Connect back within. Connect with your spirit. Connect with your emotions. Connect with how you're feeling. Connect with your bones. Connect with your blood. Connect with your breath. Connect with the God that's within every cell. Because you have God within every cell. And God saying, I made you exactly who you are. You took great care in everything that you are sitting in matter right now. The very highest part of you, when you had your soul designing meeting with your highest of teams and masters and guides and God, they said, if we're going to look like this in this lifetime, because it's going to give you this, this, and this, it's going to help you work on these themes, it's going to help you accept yourself in this way. The ultimate goal is the expression, the experience, the expansion, and the exploration of who you are and to accept it all. Radical acceptance of the 4 E's. That is rich soul growth. It has nothing to do with anybody outside of you trying to imprint you and push on you and focus on you. Humanity, in and of a bubble of itself, they have gone through so much control, discrimination, privacy infringements. I mean, if you want to learn how to stand within your power, Earth is the Earth school you go to, because it is the most horrendous for throwing agendas at you. Every 5 seconds, you're kind of in defense about who you are. So to really master this, my God, you're a fucking master. If you can stand proudly in front of the mirror today and you can absolutely say week by week and day by day, moment for moment, oh my God, I just love who I am. If you can be orgasmic about you, you absolutely know you're connected. That's where I want you to move to. When you can be orgasmic about who you are, that is falling in love with you. You don't need anybody outside of you to truly love, to know what your hot spots are, to know how you're going to move and navigate those insecure moments, to move and navigate those moments where someone's throwing hate and shade at you. Whatever you're facing, be orgasmic about you. Reconnect with what makes you tick. And never ever let something, because it might not seem as the perfect body. Who says that? Who's defining that? No, because in the next 5 years, what's going to be a divine, feminine, perfect body is going to be a voluptuous woman that owns her shit. She's not going to have a bum job. She's not going to have a bum lift. She's not going to have big boobs poking out of nowhere and having little tiny bikini thingies on, which there's no shade on any of it. But when you are told and when you are a piece of paper and they say, this is how we want you to look, no. Nobody tells me how to look. Nobody. And who the hell are you? I'm a great singer and I'm a great entertainer and I'm a great this and I'm a great that, and I don't need nothing to tell me that I'm going to be something because you're going to make me look a certain way. No, women have to rewrite every single fabric of what the expectations, of what the imprints are of who we are in our potentiality, because the children are going to follow suit. I'm going to reconnect with my God self. My God self says, no, I'm fucking awesome. I'm going to wear what I want to wear. I'm going to wear it if I want to wear it. I'm going to do my makeup if I want to. If I don't want to wear makeup, I'll do whatever the fuck I want. I'm free and I'm sovereign. And And there's a lot of groups of people that will say, well, who are you as the divine feminine to follow us? Well, I'm me. My own quiet revolution. Are you okay with that? I don't care if you are or not. No, I'm not following your sick agendas to conform and modify to dumbness and numbness. No, I'm not putting a knife to my body. My skin is God's skin, not touching me. I'm going to love every instance of my skin that there is. So yeah, no, thank you. Take your Botox somewhere else. And there's no shame if you've done Botox, but think again. Why would you put something foreign inside of your body? Just to make you look a certain way when God says, my God, you were perfect. Perfect. That's where we got to get to. Wow, I'm perfect today. Wow, holy cow. And you fall in love with yourself. Guess what that loving connection does with your skin? When you fall in love with the connection of your skin, what does that do? Just the loving energy that we send to ice and water, it changes the constituents. You can change the elasticity of your skin. You change the elasticity of your skin from the inside. You change your organs and your cells from the inside out. You're absolutely doing your own inner experience and inner excavation by what? Through what? What is within your body that you don't know about that is your highest quality of health and eternal youthfulness? It's in your body right now. It's in your body right now. You don't have to take a pill. You don't have to go to big pharma alterations and saying what's perfect, what's not perfect, having women look like they're going to a porn video, making women feel as if all they're good for is pornography, and making children at the earliest of ages thinking they've got to play violent games and be sexualized at the earliest of ages. What do you think you have inside of your body? What do you think is inside the matter of you? Take it right back down to the cell. Micro, macro. And I challenge genius. Put your comments below. Take a deep breath. Call in the connection of who you are as a soul. I'm calling in my soul fragment. I'm calling in my ancestors. I'm calling in my celestial and alien families. I'm calling in the mother and the father. I'm calling in my higher self and my guides. I'm calling in all that was scattered. I'm calling it to the center of who I am. Any thoughts, any words, any deeds, any energies that was sent out, I'm going to call it into myself right now because I want to feel whole. I'm going to be connected. I'm going to be powerful. I'm going to be profound, and it's only me and me and me and God. That's all I need. Me and me and me and God. God will feed me. God will nourish me. God will keep me safe. God will keep me healthy. God will keep me happy. God will keep me wise. God will keep me in every way. Breathe in. I am one and I am whole. My mind is my mind and my thoughts are my thoughts and my consciousness is my consciousness. My energy is my energy. I am whole. Take a deep breath. Own this. Call into your center. I am the center of holy humanity. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Humanity is within my heart and I am humanity. Claim that you are a part of humanity, that whatever unfolds is a part of you. And you see the lesson in it, you see the blessing in it, and you see the wisdom within it that is you. Whether it's a trigger, whether it's a triumph, whether it's success. And breathe it in. You'll be neutral. You'll be observant. You can be uncannily wise. Everything of the universe is within you. Take a deep breath. Have your heart open. Activate my heart right now with the Holy Christ. The Holy Christ is your Metatronic light. It is your oneness with all life. It is your oneness with all multiverse. The multiverse is within you, dear lighted ones. Make no mistake about that. And why the outer world is trying to make you feel disconnected from your multiverse. You are the multiverse. God is within you. God is within you, the Mother and the Father, your celestial teams, Arcturians, Andromedans, the Lyrans. Take a deep breath. I am one with my celestial groups. I'm one with my celestial teams. I am one with them. Thank you, Holy Ashtar. Thank you, Holy Ashtar. Thank you, Holy Ashtar. Thank you, Holy Ashtar. Galactic Federation has just tuned in, so you might be feeling goosebumps. That is your connection with Spirit that has said, yes, we've arrived. So if you're feeling goosebumps in your body or experiencing anything, put it down in the comments. Show Spirit that you are participating in your connection and in your relationship. We want you to connect, dear lighted ones. We want you to get used to connecting. What does it feel like when you connect? Do you get goosebumps? Does your hands vibrate? Do your feet vibrate? What does it feel like when you connect with Spirit? Participate, engage. This is what humanity has been missing because you're so afraid of not being accepted. You're so afraid of not being loved. You're so afraid of being judged. So afraid of being this and being that. Who says anything that anything might be of anything is anything? So let it be whatever it is. It's just showing you that no, you're on a new level now. And you're perfect just as you are. And you get to redefine God. You get to redefine your connection. You get to redefine whatever anything is outside of you showing itself back to you. You get to reclaim, wow, it feels so good to absolutely be outside of that. I'm asking you that. Thank you, Angela. We're asking you that because you're going to be showing yourself and you're going to be feeling yourself and you're directing yourself. There's a reason why I'm saying what I'm saying. This is the Christic codes. This is what it is being a conduit, is I'm asking you to practice these things for a reason. And why am I asking you to practice these things? About the connection of who you are with the universe. Who you are with the universe is everything. Who you are with the universe is everything. If you're a starseed and you feel like you've been dropped here, you have. So make here your home. Home is anywhere you want to make it. Home is inside of you. Home is your celestial universe. Home is the planet that you come from, but it's inside of you. And why am I asking you to check this? Do a connection check every moment. Why? You're stepping outside the matrix. You're stepping outside the matrix and it feels so fucking great. You don't need conformity. You don't need limitation. You don't need the programs of fear. You don't need the programs of following everybody else. You don't need the programs of joining anything and allowing your voice and your choice to be like everybody else's. No, you're going to make your own choices your own. Your home is within you. And if you don't feel like you fit, if you never felt like you fit, it's because you're not really from here. That you keep returning yourself back within. Keep returning yourself back within. Keep returning yourself back within. That is the reconnection with you. And you will get to a point where you are orgasmic just within yourself. And why I often suggest practicing celibacy for a little while, because you get to clear out your systems, you get to clear out the sexual traumas, you get to clear out, there's a lot of sexual things that go on in the lower center, because if you're with somebody that is wounded and has imbalanced divine masculine, divine feminine energies, that is being passed through the life force orifices. And so your whatever you do sexually is transferred in your life force. You, especially if you're an empath or a conduit, if you're having intimate relations with many, many people, or if it's with one person or two people and it's imbalanced, you're transferring those energies to your centers. So you got to clear that out. You got to clear out those energies of imbalance. If you have somebody that is having like a rape victim, if a rape victim, because it's usually aggressive, it's against the free will, those energy imprints and those wounds go into the not only the physical matter, into the cells, but it goes into a soul memory. If your mother was raped and she passes that through the womb to you as a fetus, you're going to pick up those to clear for her. So there's a lot that goes on in the sexual centers that most people don't know because they've never been taught. This is what I said. Everything is upside down on this planet. You're never taught from the moment that you're born that you're a conscious being of sacred light. Why isn't that taught? It has nothing to do with, because everybody gets triggered about religions. They think that when you say spirit, it's religion. No. People put religions around spirit. Spirit is everything. Spirit is the essence of all life and breath. It has nothing to do with religion. They've boxed and defined and put labels and little bows around religion so that you can buy into it. Everything is a commodity here on earth. From very low vibrational, dominant, fear-based, controlling energies and systems that are now being washed from our planet. Those dominating, controlling, fear-based energies are being washed. That's why all of the light is purging up and pulling up all of these experiences. Those of us that are higher vibrational, we come to certain planets and we look at the systems and go, what the heck? First of all, you're divine sacred light, and you're not taught any of this. You're not taught about your chakras. You're not taught about your divine masculine and feminine energies. You're not taught about balance ever. And that's why we're here, is divine balance and harmony, because Gaia has been so imbalanced because of all the fear-based programs of separation. Do you see what I'm saying? Absolutely upside down and backwards. None of the leaders on this planet teach consciousness. None of the leaders on this planet have any idea about consciousness. They want that way. Because if we knew the power of who we are as conscious, the reconnection within, the power of who we are within, we wouldn't need the corrupt, archaic systems where true people, I'm one of them, those people that work their asses off just to survive during the day, and they're working on rationings and they're working on barely any food to barely survive, while these rich elite people are creating corrupt programs to herd humanity into enslavement, domination, and testing for their own private elite island of slavery and debauchery. and chemical and technological testing. How's that okay? Is that okay? Hello? Hello? Mr. President? Why aren't you taking consciousness classes, Mr. President? Because I know you got your people watching. Yeah, you watch me. I know you do. I got your energy. You need to book an appointment with me, and you need to get awake with who you are. Put it down on your pad of paper. First thing that you have to do is get in touch with a conscious creator, someone that absolutely knows what they are and who they are and what they're doing and what behalf of the heavens and jurisdiction they live within and act within. Because those are the ones that serve the heavens. Those are the ones that serve the people. Not somebody with some private agenda and a whole bunch of money in their pocket. Because that seems to be why and how, if you look at it quite blatantly, what it takes to be a president. The first thing is money. Why is that a thing? Why is that a thing? Why is that a thing? So you have to wake up, people. Hello. And when the brain fog lifts, because there's going to be a huge clearing over the next couple of months, which means the heavens and the galactic federations are going to bathe extra purified, rarefied light on our entire planet. You're going through activations at night. You're going through DNA activations at night. You're going through soul activations, which remember who you are as a soul. You remember you're in your celestial galactic DNA. You're going to connect with people like me because I offer high celestial galactic codes and light language and song and tones and color and vibrations of youthfulness and vibrations of sovereignty and vibrations of who you are as the soul with God. God wants you to remember who you are. It has nothing to do with religion. Religion is just a little part that you walk into a door and say, just like the mall, I'm going to walk into the mall of religion. And you can go to whatever store you want to practice that version of God. It is never outside of you. It is never above you. It is never anywhere. It's all. And how dare we think it's not? How dare we minimize God? How dare we say, no, you're not God because you're a Jew. No, you're not God because you're an atheist. Whether you're an atheist or not, you still got God in you. Ooh, big news of the day. Yeah, your cells are filled with God. Call yourself an atheist all you want. Look in the mirror. You're still having God inside your body. You want a healing miracle? Call yourself an atheist. God's the one that's healing you. It has nothing to do with religion. It has to do with the aspects of who you are as life, as matter, as spirit. Spirit is matter. Your body's put together because the spirit of who you are is the higher self. Anybody that says they're an atheist, and there's no judgment on any of this, you're practicing your perspective of what you want to believe and explore of God. Your higher self has nothing to do with religion. Your higher self can have you experience every religion that you want. Your higher self can take you and guide you anywhere. Does that mean that because you're an atheist, you don't have a higher self? I want you to question these things because that's how we've heard and we've seen and we've been triggered by religion. As soon as somebody talks about spirit, oh no, she's a religious freak. No, I'm not. I'm actually spirit. So are you. So is like everything, right? It's all vibration, right? It's all like source, creator, things of everything, right? You know? Higher self is with you. Every person on this planet has a higher self. Every person. Doesn't matter what they believe. Your beliefs are like putting on a different pair of clothes. That's it. That's all your beliefs are. But when you get to the true knowing, that's when you reconnect with yourself. And that definition, it served you. You learned a lot and it was a great experience. You had a lot of people that you met. And you connected and you had community. There's nothing wrong with that. There is far grander, far profound, and it doesn't change anything about you as who you are as spirit and source. And i.e., this is why I'm telling you, the same thread goes for anything outside of you that is judicial, that is political, that is learning. It doesn't matter what is being facing you and what is being presented to you because you are still source and you can do anything. That's a profundity I want you to get out of that conversation. It can be religion, it can be community, it can be education, it can be politics, because you will have things for you that you are going to have to infuse. What did we just say? What will you have to infuse? We want you to get to the heart of who you are and reconnect with the profundity of who you are. Anything that is before you, what did I just say? Summarize it in lore. So be okay. Be okay with your little toe being a Jew and your big toe being an. Be okay with it. It's still God. Don't judge it. It's all God. If your little toe do spell work, do spell work. As long as you're not interfering, you can't say that there's thing going on there. So then you alchemize. Okay, well I can reconcile with that, because there was a time where I did a hell of a lot of spell work. I sent out a lot of hate. Oh my God. So let's reconcile that lifetime. Okay, well, I'm going to forgive myself. I'm going to reconcile that lifetime. When you reconcile, you're bringing it back in for remembrance. How can you remember any of these things? This is what I want you to ponder. We're talking about the alchemy of who you are as a soul, accepting it and reconciling it. Everything that's outside of you, reconcile it. We created these domineering, ugly systems of really rich and wealthy people. The crux of our society over the next 3 months will be very blatant. It will be the haves and have-nots. And what's been created with the haves? It'll be disgusting. It'll be deplorable. So people like Hillary Clinton and all of these other people that have things to say and things that they have done, call it out and reconcile with it. All political leaders, everybody, whoever you are, where you've done something that you knew within your heart was not okay, you have to reconcile it. Doesn't matter who you are. Doesn't matter how much money you got. Doesn't matter how many companies you're saying that are doing this and this and this. When you know in your heart that you have not served humanity for the greater good. Everybody has to reconcile, and I am the teacher for that. I am the teacher that says, go back within, who are you? Are you pure in your knowingness with God? Are you one with God? It has nothing to do with religion. Because tomorrow you want to experience something else. You want to have a different religion. You want to know something different. You want to explore something different. And you want to express something different. Does that change who you are? Return back within. Ground? No. I'm from infinite planets. I come from infinite bodies. I come from infinite councils. All is one. There's variations of consciousness and consciousness of its own awareness. If you're not aware that you're living a low consciousness experience, you're going to keep, if you've ever known is to beat on animals, you will live in an environment that beats on animals and thinks that that's okay. You have people coming from not this planet, but are higher vibrational, that are higher celestial, that are higher wisdoms and have been here many times as masters. They come to a planet and they see it as, oh my God, how backwards is this? Is there anything I can do to help? Do you know that what you're doing is not okay morally and ethically? It's going to harm your soul. It's going to come away with lots of densities. What I say might be blatant and forthright, and it's not meant to be at all. These are the truths of energy. And some people get, oh no. Well, as you're doing black magic behind the door and you're trying to bind them and you're doing all these debaucherous things behind the door, I'm just going to let you know that it's got implications with your soul. You know, it's okay that you experience it and all, but, you know, after like 6 or 7 or 12 years, you know, just to know it's going to affect your health, you know? And then you're the one that gets, you know, impaled because you're actually speaking truth. And it's not meant to be, you know, judgmental. No, it's actually the truth of energy. It's the truth of energy. So, and these people that are running countries and important and have a lot of money, what's going to happen? Trying to get you into a program that numbs and dumbs you and sells you things and wants you to think it's okay to get operations and shove Botox in you and all of those things. And there's no judgment on any of it. What I say is not judgmental. These are the truths of energy that Spirit has shown me. Spirit has shown me those that do body morphications on their experience, on who they are as an experience. Your body is an experience of God. If you choose to change it, whether it's gender, reproduction, gender changing, genetics, anything, you are affecting God, set the essence of God. That is why the AI and cloning and the little chip in your brain that Elon Musk thinks is okay. I want to have appointments with these people. I want to have someone come and be my personal assistant, and I want somebody to have and start booking these appointments with these people that feel that what they are producing and what they're spending millions, millions, and millions of dollars, I want to have discussions with them about the essence of God and about why and what they're directing the human collective and where are they getting these monies. They're those that speak on behalf of the heavens, and your essence is pure and holy and light and sacred and divine, and what it really means, and what it really means, and what it really means when you put a knife to your body. It's the lesson. There is no judgment on any of it. I am giving you what Spirit has given me, and I speak it because Spirit gives me something, I must speak it. That is my commitment and my devotion with the heavens. That is my jurisdiction. If Spirit says this is what's happening, Joanna, speak it. I speak it. I don't care if people get all offended. I don't care, because there's a trigger within you and there's things going on that people have kind of just said, oh, politely, oh, no, oh, it's okay if we believe in this program. Oh, it's okay, we're just doing this and this and this. No, this is your soul. Your soul is your soul. Your soul is everything to evolution. Think about that. And everything that you do, speak, think, and act on affects your soul. Your soul is connected to infinite timelines, infinite planets, infinite species, infinite light. So make no fucking mistake. Everything you do is very important. And who made you think it wasn't? And who made anybody think that normalizing violence was okay? And who made you think that anything that goes on in our society that we just don't question anymore is okay? Because it ain't. It ain't okay. It affects the soul. And I'm a part of that soul. I see it, I feel it, and I sense it, and I try to transmute it. But I'm only one light worker. And there's a lot of transmuting that we must pay attention to. So whatever has been done, whatever name you are, and whatever money you have, sit with yourself every day. Pure heart, pure mind, pure body and soul. What is my place in this transaction? Am I being of goodwill? Is my heart activated to love and oneness and unity? Am I feeding my body what it needs? Am I feeding my mind what it needs? Am I in charge of my mind, my thoughts, and my choices? Am I in charge of my body, my thoughts, and its choices? If you're sovereign, then you will know the answers to these questions, and you will know thyself. And you can walk with profundity into any church and feel like this is home. Why shouldn't you? This is home. It might not be for always, and let go of those conversations where they want you to be a part of their home always. No, my home is everywhere. But thank you. It's been a lovely experience. Again, force nothing, no interference. Allow the exploration. I want you to be in their club because that's how they feel accepted. So get to know the patterns of normalized and addicted and obsessed and outer focused humanity. It's very, very superficial. Get to the core of everything that is before you. Feel into the vibration. Are you able to yourself return back to you? And as we said earlier, pulling out that thread, you absolutely know where you stand with God. Because nothing to break that connection. It's impossible. When you understand essence, when you understand God, when you understand creation, and everything else is just like, whatever, it's not a big deal anymore. You don't get so worked up about the conspiracies and things that it will actually come out. Some of it is conspiracy because they want to distract you from what's really going on. But when they find out what's really going on, that's why they have the distractions. It's just a messed up, fucked up experience that all these people thought that they could fool humanity until they have a light worker that they didn't have a voice and didn't mean anything. And a couple of light workers with this quiet revolution start bringing and sharing videos, and it starts actually healing people, and you work with our skills and gifts for 1 week. See how much your reality changes. With pure intent, reconnect with Spirit, God, and Source. You'll feel your cells change. You will feel your body and your skin vibrate. You will feel energy within, underneath your skin vibrate. These things are tangible. It's what I'm teaching. It's what is real. And if you're not, it's God essence. There ain't nothing more precious than God essence. There ain't nothing more precious than God essence. And let nobody touch you and taint you and warp you and clone you and split your cells and try and get your blood and all that kind of crap. Right? So you have that ability to make something really great out of your moment for moment. And it's a quiet revolution because it's you and God. Reconnect back within. Seek the connection in every moment with God within. And when you find those triggers and when you're having conversations with others, you can get excited to talk about spirit, you're excited to talk about your connection. You will seem as if the outcast, but be okay because you're the only one that's found. So celebrate that. Be okay with that. Get used to people looking at you with rolling eyes. Okay, so they're the ones that are still a little bit lost because they don't understand their connection with God and spirit. But you're there to help awaken them. When they see you looking more youthful, when they see you not getting a part of all the chaos and the drama, when they see you living in your abundance and calling more abundance in, because the more clearing work you do, you get to open out to more abundance, whatever that abundance might be, because God left it in whatever way you need it. Whether it is a healthier body, whether it is more vibrancy so you can go out running and work smarter and not harder. Right? So who told us working harder is okay? There is the majority of the population that live in poverty and work so hard for what they have and it goes right out the other pocket. How's any of that okay? It's so upside down and backwards. When you live from the gift of who you are, which is what I teach in my vocational alignment sessions. It's a session of 4. And we work with where you are now, what blocks you're working on, What are some of your gifts, your skills, and your abilities from the celestials, the galaxy, and the heavens, from the timelines that you've had here on Earth, and we put it together in a package that you can start professing and emanating forward, so that you can be the eminence of God and Spirit and Source in the heavens, so that you can promote yourself as the heavens. And when you do that, you're offering yourself as a promotional experience of the heavens, because you've done the inner work. You are the heavens. You're the galaxy. You're aliens, and your lineage is within you. The profound support that I've had that's picked me up from not wanting to be here so many times is my celestial love and the love they have for me. You wouldn't believe the unconditional love that comes from your celestial family, and why sometimes it's so hard for the children to be here. Because there's so much disconnection. So we have to infuse the quiet revolution of reconnection. Reconnect with your mind, reconnect with your spirit, reconnect with Gaia, reconnect with the animals, reconnect when you see something happening, do something in positive alignment to send light, to send infusion, to send awareness, to send communication. Do what you can. Be a part of change. You have to show whatever is outside of you that wants you to quiet and suppress, and want you to not be awake, and not want you to be that quiet revolution. No, go in and make a blog post. Pull up a video that will support what you've seen. Do some research that will help support loving connection and how that changes. Share one of our videos on how to reconnect with your multidimensional systems. Call it your own, so that you absolutely know who you are. You are anchoring knowingness on the planet. The next 3 days, make a choice, make an intention to know yourself on this planet. This is your home. What earth are you manifesting? I'm manifesting an earth where every human is liberated somehow, some way, and they reconnect back within themselves, and they own themselves unconditionally. They own themselves with radical acceptance. Radical acceptance. No, I've got, my arm is missing. I've got, bumps and things on my thing. When you start accepting who you are, those things clear up. You will, at one point, absolutely regrow limbs. We will be fusing the spine back together on any spinal injuries. If we can manifest a body out of thin air, we can manifest our limbs. We don't need to worry about cloning. We're perfection of God. Are you godly? Godly is more than just saying it. Again, you can stand in any church and you'll know the ones that speak from the Bible as they speak from the Bible, but there is no life within them. Why do you think people disconnect? And then there's those that do really poor things in front of people because they use the energy before them. And again, when you know yourself, you would walk out. You wouldn't, you'd feel the energy from the church or whatever they call themselves. So just be awake and aware. Discern. Is your vibration enough? You don't need anything outside, but it's good to explore. Nothing wrong with it. Go and explore as many churches as you can, just to say, yeah, I explored that. That was awesome. And then you have no feelings. You have no feelings one way. You don't have to be all, you don't have to. Sometimes the things that I say are so blatant and forthright, but that's the truth. There's no judgment on any of it. This is truth, and it's coming forward. Like it or not, people. This is the truth that's going to come forward. You will see people that you have given power to. You will see people that you have thought, wow, what a great movie star. Wow. And all of those things are going to be placed on the table, and you're going to see them in different light. It has to come forward. From political people to people in the judging system, and the judicial system, and the banking system, and the churching system. And churches will look to light where say, how can we redesign so that we're absolutely having the fullest acceptance of Source Creator? Me being here is not meant to be a defense to anything. No, call me in and let's work with it. Did you get that yet? I've said it enough times. I'm here. My emails and my links are right there. You're meant to call on me to help redesign systems. That's why I'm here. That's what federations are with me. Why I've been placed here. I'm here to help rework humanity, to a higher vibrating, aligned, multidimensional alliance with light and the heavens, because this is New Earth. This is the garden of God. This is the garden of all life. This is the garden of humanity. This is the garden of celestial cosmic aliens. We are hybridized. Make no mistake about that. You just forgot. You got so wrapped up in a definition of a Jew. You got so wrapped up in the definition of Christian. You got so wrapped up about the wrong rights of being Catholic. You have no idea who you are. You're all of it. Be okay with it. You're all of it. Now go with it. Shake off everything that you were taught, told, sold. Shake it off. They're just moments of experience. That's all it has to be. Shake everything off. You get to choose who God is. You get to choose who you are. You are one and the same. You and God are the same. You and God are the same. You and God are the same. Can you love yourself unconditionally? Can you love yourself unconditionally? Can you look in the mirror right now and say with gratitude, I love you. I love you so much. I love you for getting up in the morning when sometimes you don't want to get up. You are loved. You can have no teeth and you can have wrinkles and you can have a bitten off ear. God loves you so much. God loves you for showing up today. God loves you for adding your energy into this collective. God loves you for getting up and smiling. Teeth or no teeth, you are loved. Challenge yourself to express yourself in the most highest loving vibrational way. Express love today for you. Express love today for you. Express love today for who you are. You are a divine being of love. You're a divine being of energy. You're a divine being of sacredness. And you can experience whatever religions, whatever definitions, whatever words, whatever anything is of anything on this earth, because this earth is so diverse and magnificent. Again, you go into a mall with 300 stores. Take a day where you can go in as many stores as you like. Experience it all. You don't have to be attached to anything of it. You don't have to give it importance. You don't have to give it, you're the one that makes everything before you seem something. You're the one that's making whatever before you, whatever it is. It can be peaceful, it can be on, it can be sacred, it can be exciting, it can be infusing, it can be neutral, whatever is it, whatever, you make that whatever. Again, your baby toe is no different than the big one. You're the one giving it meaning. If there's a part of your body that's not working, you're the one giving that meaning. And you keep affirming it every time you look at it. Boy, that part of my body, my wrinkles are getting wrinklier. Well, because you're affirming it. What about if you looked at your face? Wow, look at how youthful I am today. I'm so beautiful. Look at me, my skin. I just feel so. Return to your higher self. 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 With God, nothing to fear. Reconnect with God. Speak with God. Connect with God. Eat with God. Whatever you need to do to be with God, be God. You are beautiful and you are sacred. Know that. Be that. Live that. And we send light and deep love, dear lighted ones. And we love you always and often. Bye-bye. Rainbow hugs and tickles.